Welcome to the podcast show, y'all. I got a special guest right here. His name is Trenton Latrell Brown. He's a musician. He's a Christian musician, really, if for my audience there who are Christians. He also does some athletic content as well with fitness and stuff like that as well. But we're going to welcome him to the show and explain yourself. Tell us who you are.
Thank you, thank you. So, as you said, hello, my name is Trenton Brown, middle name Latrell. So, first I put T Latrell here because my first initial, which is a T, and then my middle name is Latrell. That's kind of how the artist name came up. I'm a senior, about to be a senior in college. I've been doing music all my life. As you said, with the fitness thing, been doing sports all my life as well. Started off with football, basketball, baseball, swimming, track, and cross country. So, I've been trying to do it all. And for music, I'm in the choir as well, and I've been doing that since I was 5. So yeah.
Well, tell us all about yourself, man. You already told us like the synopsis, the main thing you're doing, but like what really inspired you to do music and really inspired you to do your fitness content too as well.
So let me start. Well, I'll start with the music one. So for music, like I said, I've always been a music person. My family's always done music. That's always been one of my background things. Um, and for that, I've just always had. For some reason, that was always my passion. Ever since I was young, I always wanted to do something in music. Um, I see the rappers, the singers, all these people doing these things, and then had to build that confidence. Like I can feel like I can do that too because I know I can sing. Like not saying like from like being overconfident, just having that understanding of like, hey, you've been trained to do these things, and I'm like I can make myself here because I went through every route possible of doing things and going fully with it. I was like, music has to be the thing because, like I said, that's my passion, that's my goal. And the crazy part is that the Christian aspect for music, that's like I said, I've always been in the choir, but my music hasn't always been like, oh, we're gonna upload that Christian value and sing about God. It's sometimes been positive, but most of my music back in the times has been like sad, heartbreaking songs like Tootsie Rock, Waving, all them things. Not saying those are bad songs. Hey, I still enjoy them, still listen to them. It's just that I realized that with my music, I want to have inspiration and inspire people towards it. I always said that, but this, if I make songs like that, of course they sing along to it, but throughout your day, you want to feel sad from it. So I finally clicked like honestly, probably last year or like a month ago, well, not a month, like 6 months ago, I finally clicked in that music aspect and be like, okay, listen, I need to make some changes in my life to allow me to pursue what I want to do and to also elevate from it. So that's from the Christian aspect of music. And ever since I've been, like I said, I've been making music for professionally, I've been making it around like 6 years now. So I've always been just sticking towards that and perfecting my craft.
Wow. So, have you ever found any way to like monetize what you do, or all this is just something you're doing for free through via YouTube and Spotify?
Oh, no, I monetize it. This would be 3 years going on now for monetizing. My music on all platforms, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, everywhere. Making sure I get shows on stuff like that. Doing interviews right here as well. I'm just making sure just to go big with it, and also nothing wrong about getting a profit from it because I want this to be my this is my dream. I want it to actually be a job where it feels so good it doesn't even feel like a job anymore.
Yeah, I understand you, man. That's the same way I am with this podcast. You know, we both got same similarities there because like my podcast on Amazon, it's on everything too. Trying to get this out here as well. You know, you see it right
Mhm.
here. I already got a clothing brand and everything, so I'm trying to get the awareness out here
Yes,
for this
sir.
podcast. You know, to know that hey, this podcast need to be out here, but not just that. This podcast is here to help people just like you find your purpose, grow, not just even your purpose, but even growing yourself and become a better person. And that's the thing there that you talked about. You talked about how you were doing secular music and then eventually you went to go into doing Christian music and you had to figure out how to do it. And you said that you had that moment where like you stopped and everything, but go a little deeper, elaborate more. What really caused you to like shift from like doing secular music to doing Christian music?
So this was so I'll say this so the college that I go to is called Trinity Christian College. So that definitely inspired that in that aspect because just everything got related around me, and then it's kind of felt like oh I'm making this music and it's that's like secular music and it's kind of like hold on it kind of has like a little what's that word called I forgot it's called sorry oh but so basically I kind of clicked in it and I've always wanted to make a switch to like Christian music, but the thing about it was that I didn't know how to. because you're making all these songs that you switch right away, and then people have this assumption of, oh, he just switched right here. He's like, because that's how a lot of people have a lot of criticism and stuff about that, how he's switched to a Christian rap right now and doing all these things and like stuff like that, and like just switching in that aspect. So that was kind of the understanding of that, and then I just had to make that push, that breakthrough, because you know how you always have something where you say you're always going to do it, but then you don't do it. That was kind of the part about it, and that kind of hit. And then it was one of my close friends back at college. I was speaking to him, and then we kind of had a talk just about like how my life and stuff like that, because I kind of had like a breakdown moment from there a little bit, uh, because it actually changed me the way he was talking to me. He was saying these things, and I was like, "You're reading my mind right now. It's crazy." So I was like, that breakthrough moment that we had, that ministry, that kind of just, I remember. Okay, yeah, because that happened, and then there was supposed to be three songs I was supposed to release, and those three songs though, those were, it was like a, it was crazy because I went through this moment in life, and then those songs just kind of almost ruined it. So I deleted it right away. I took it off. So those three songs are gone, and then I was like, okay, yeah, we hit rock bottom in this music aspect, as in the way I want to portray myself, and just overall as a just me as a character. And then I just said, okay, I gotta switch over, and boom, that's how the Christian music kind of evolved.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Um, I know you said that you said you're trying to get yourself out there to put all your stuff out there. You want to be able to do like concerts and stuff like that. So like, have you really gotten any like publicity, like concerts, interviews? Like, is this your first interview? Like, tell us about that.
Mm. So I'm gonna be honest. I think this is my first interview, so that's why I say it's real honor to be here. I've been finding ways to like get my music out there. Like I do music submissions. As y'all see, I have a TikTok, Instagram, all social medias and stuff like that. And for me, kind of being a little introverted, I have to understand how to get out there and show my music out and do stuff like that, and just connect with people and things like that. So each day, each year, each month, the whole lifetime, I'm always making sure I step towards there. But as in for the interview aspect, nah, I think this is like actually probably my first one.
And you say you're an introvert, so like for my introvert audience here who's listening to this, because I once was an introvert too, and then became back an extrovert as myself. What can you say to people who are very introverted and have a goal and a passion, but just don't know how to get out there because of their limited beliefs or their personality that they perceived as not being sociable? Overall, to really ask again, what can you really, what advice can you really give to introverts who has a passion, purpose, but is afraid to speak it out there?
I say sometimes you just gotta just hold your breath and just go in. It's like water. You're afraid to go in, and then sometimes you just jump in there, and whatever happens, happens. But you go down. At the end of the day, you go down the water, you come back up. That's the thing. For like the introverted aspect, like I said, I've learned through it, but sometimes it still hits sometimes. But you have to learn that if you want something out of life and you really want to go for it and have that as your passion, you got to just understand that you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have where there's a lot of people here. You're going to have all these challenges, but once you get older, you're going to understand like this is nothing, and you don't want to have. You definitely do not want to have any regret in your life. Thinking when you get older, you think about the past and say, I wish I could have done this. I wish I could have done that. Don't let the way you're feeling, don't let the way your personality is interfere with what you want as your goals. You just gotta understand to tackle that challenge, because honestly, everybody is not always targeting towards you or looking at you a certain way. Everybody has their own challenges, their own things that they're facing. If everybody's in the room, they're all not looking at you. They're all thinking about their own things too. And they're probably thinking the same way you're thinking, as in they're probably looking at me. So for that, you just have to go for it, man. That's all you gotta do.
That's so true. And like you say, eventually as you do it and build it up, it'll be a piece of cake. Because even for me, when I started doing podcasting, I was afraid to put my face out there, and then eventually I was comfortable. I put my face out there. Now look at me
Mm-hmm.
now, confident. Now when I go out to the real world
Yes,
as
sir.
well, confident as well, because I done built up all that skills at home, speaking to people on the internet, and that helped a little bit with building that confidence. So I agree on everything you say with that. My next question is, do you make your own beats?
Yep. So most of them, I make my own beats, like one of them, God Flow. All my old music, I make my own beats for it. Sometimes, from time and time again, I'll probably use a beat, but most of the times, it's always my beat that I use because I've kind of started to do beat making was kind of my first thing. Of course, like I said, choir music and things like that. But I've always like playing the drums. Though actually, I professionally play because hey, that was a while ago. I don't really professionally play, but just beat making from GarageBand to MPC. If some of y'all know MPC, I know yeah, that's good times. MPC to FL Studio and stuff like that. So I've always learned to just like do that aspect because sometimes you just got to work in ways of perfecting your craft because not everybody got all the money to always pay for leases and premiums and deluxe beats and stuff like that. It's like work what you got, and sometimes the music doesn't always fit the way you want it to fit. But if you put your own aspect into it, your own style, then it'll work. So yeah, I've been beat making ever since I was young, and I just kept progressing from there.
Well, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you're doing that, and I wish you the best in your future for your music industry. But to shift this podcast episode to your athletic stuff now, you also promote that much, but you do a lot of athletic stuff. So what really inspired
Mm-hmm.
you to do that? Because I know you said you played sports when you were younger, football and all, but what inspired you?
Yeah.
Elaborate more on that too.
So what inspired that was I'll say COVID year.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I've always been athletic and stuff like that. But the body frame of me, I've grown. That's I started growing that during COVID year because I kind of hit that spot where I feel like all of us always hit that spot where it's like, okay, I want to get stronger and I want to get big and stuff like that. So that kind of hit throughout that year, and through each year progressed, got stronger and stronger, and then it came to a point where um, I was having I remember my one of my teachers in college, they was asking me if I'm a trainer. I said, no, I'm not a trainer. They say you probably should. And I was like, I kept thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, I could. But me being in my own head, I was like, I don't know because my workouts are different from everybody else's workouts. And then I got to help them work out. And then it's not the same sets as me and stuff like that and all
Yeah.
these things. Um, but that kind of went off the ropes and then I finally understood like I can probably do it. Let's give it a shot. So I started the fitness page. No, I actually started the fitness page and like just overall putting my fitness out there like on all medias. I started this year of college. So this is around
2023,
2023 of
24,
yeah,
that's
2023
normal.
of like mm, well, yeah, 2023 and then with December 2024 like January.
Are
So
you
that's
talking? You talking about the
this
2023
around
to 24 season or 2022 to 23 season? What are you talking about exactly?
2023 2024 season.
Okay, gotcha.
So that was like around like I don't remember. This is around like November, December. I remember because that's when I posted like my first video and stuff like that. Because it was a thing that people say I can do it. I'm like, okay, I can do it. But it's a thing of like going from zero followers, like getting traction, getting up there and showing people stuff like that. So I had a lot of supporters back then and they still support me to this day. But now that's when it started going and I was like, what should I do? What the video should be like, things of that nature. Because I always got inspiration from like workout people like Swole Ricketts, Stacey Urban, I forgot the other person's name, but just kind of seeing and kind of going from their blueprint, but not really because I'm not the same athlete as them. But ever since then, I've just been sticking with it. I'm like, okay, he's got build progressively. And then there's been people that told me that the special part is that people have been telling me that I've inspired them with the fitness, and that really touched me honestly because the reason why I made the fitness page is because I want to inspire people and help them work out. I'm not going to always post videos of me maxing 225, me maxing 275 on all these things because I have to understand that everybody's not the same way I am. If you want to inspire people, sometimes you got to do the things that people do so they can help, so you can help them and stuff like that because we all are different, but at the same time, we all started from the same place, started from somewhere.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, man. I when you said COVID, that kind of made me thought it was cold for me too, because for me, I used to work out during COVID, and I used to was bulking a little bit. I didn't even know that I was bulking because I thought my grandma thought I had a COVID stomach. I didn't have no COVID big stomach. It was that I was just kind of bulking a little bit, and then eventually around 21 to 22, I slowly got slimmer. Then around 23 to now, I've gotten like a little mixture of both. I'm kind of like slim, but also like but I haven't been working out
Yep.
like I consistently been because like look at my arms, they're not even doing nothing no more. So I
And I
just
see some muscle, I see some muscle, I see some muscle.
yeah, man, I just try to build up like how I can. But like I say, COVID really inspired me, to keep on going as well. And because before COVID,
Yep.
I used to work out a little bit in the mornings, but that was it. That was like around late 2019. And then like when COVID came in, I said, let me grind some more because now I got time to actually do it. Because before 2019, I never
Mm-hmm.
used to work out at all. Never. Used to just go home, eat, that's it. So COVID really inspired me as well to keep myself in shape, and that's why I really respect you on that because I really help a lot of people, not just me and you, but also a lot of people. Maybe some audience may resonate with this as well. And also to add in what you were
For
saying
sure.
about fitness and things, there's also this fitness trainer who also does fitness videos but makes his own music as well. His name is Stenix, and I was saying
Mhm.
you might can be inspired by him because he makes music while also exercising, and sometimes when he exercises, his tracks are being played as he's exercising. 'Cause I used to watch that guy
Yep.
during COVID a lot, and I was saying you could do the same way as well
Hmm.
because like I know you say you're doing music and you're doing exercise and content. Well, you can combine both probably by making like YouTube videos of you exercising, playing your music, and that's good as well too.
Yep.
So, just a little idea there, make you think.
For sure.
Yeah. So,
Because
what are the
I've
plans
been
that
doing
you
that.
can? Huh? Oh no, you talk. What are you about to say?
Oh no. I mean, yeah, yeah. I was saying because I remember like two or three of my videos. I've yeah, I actually implemented that like in two or three of my videos, but it's on Instagram though. But YouTube video, YouTube page coming soon, and I'm definitely implementing that into it.
Yeah. So, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Mm. Ah, so best part is that hopefully next year graduate college, but next 5 years, what I'm thinking, of course, hopefully God blesses me with this opportunity. With just for the especially for the music aspect that I've gained like a following, just like the passion, just a path to actually stay with it and actually live really good off of it. That's the real passion. That's the goal for music. For that aspect for my life and for the fitness, of course, that's building a following, and that's going to keep inspiring more and more and more people, making connections with anybody, big time people and everything. For education wise, I'm thinking about going to get my master's degree in psychology. So right now I'm in college for biology as a major and my minor in psychology. So of course going to that area, and my goal is to help patients out, help well not patients, just help anybody out, especially with therapy and everything like that. But kind of understand that your body doesn't always need medicine. It can be more of just ways without medicine because medicine costs a lot of money. We all know that. You go to CVS, you go to any pharmacy. If you don't have the what's it called, the Medicare, Medicaid, when they call it, pills cost like $355 and stuff and up and stuff like that. So I try to find ways to help people out without having to use medicine overall. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And let me tell you this too, I'll make you laugh here. Why have medicine? We have Jesus. Hey, I'm just being funny
for
here.
real.
God give us common sense now. We can't just rely on just God Himself now. He give us common sense. So yeah, yeah, I agree with you though. You don't want to rely on medicine and stuff, especially them
Indeed.
steroids, man, because steroids will mess up people a lot. And people think that will
Oh,
help them, but no, no, no,
definitely.
no, no. That's a no there. You don't want that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
a no no. Nah, do not
yeah,
take those. This
yeah, most definitely. You had any friends or anybody like I know you referenced earlier you had a buddy that you were talking with. You had any friends that really helped you along your journey or family, or has this all been like a solo trip, just you and God?
I don't know. Definitely family and friends, especially as well. But no, definitely huge shout out to my brother, Trenton. His name is Tyron. Huge shout out to him because we're twins. So we he's always been more of the I'll be honest, he's always been more of like the closer to God aspect that I was. I was more like, oh, okay, I go to church, cool, okay, boom, boom, boom. But he's actually dug deep into his faith, especially in college. So I'm just seeing that and just understanding like what he's like, just seeing his growth and just overall his aspect of life just elevating high, and just especially his faith in God is like amazing. So you see me, you should see my brother. It's amazing. He's a God fearing man. But just looking at that, it just made me understand like, hey, like what you doing right now? Like you just see the miracles that happen in his life, and you just see the things when things go down, things go up. He's still smiling, he's still praying, and all these things. And I've always done that most of the time, but it's not. It's like I said, it hasn't been like my first goal thing. It's been more of like, okay, I'll catch you on Sundays, boom, 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 that type thing. But always been God driven, but that's just how the thing was. But nah, so brother, definitely huge shout out to him. Family and friends. So I said family. Family, of course, mom and dad always went to church. We always had that background on us as Christians and stuff like that. And back at college, definitely college definitely helped because, like I said, it's a Christian college. Freshman year, I was kind of in this state of, for there's some people in college you understand. When you go into college, you head right in, or even not in college, you head right in, and you just kind of have like, oh snap, you kind of have like just that you just break the wall. And then sophomore year, you look at yourself. Then in junior, you look at yourself as a freshman. You're like, what was I doing? Like you just first time you're independent, first time you just go out and be like, okay, I'm gonna live my life. Boom. Yeah, that was. Yeah, life hits you hard right then and there. But ever since then, I just grew and I've kind of connected with like good people and understood. And they also helped me grow my faith because they helped me understand that the things that I battle with, the struggles that I've had, you can't always stick with it. Things that happen in your life, it happens. You have to let it go. You can't fight. You can't get revenge from it because at the end of the day, they all humans. They've done their stuff too. They've had mistakes, but it's not gonna make you any better if you say, okay, let me try to go back at them because it won't make any difference.
Most definitely, man. How is it handling college and also handling your music journey with also handling content creation overall, like your music and your fitness?
Mm.
How is it handling that with college? Tell us that experience, man, because there are probably some people in this audience listening. They probably doing the same thing as you, following their purpose while also maybe working a job, maybe going to college, maybe doing both, maybe doing all three. Tell us, man.
Tell me about it. Nah, all four because I'm also working at college too, so it's all four. Uh, in the beginning is kind of like prioritization is a big thing. You have to prioritize things equally. You have to sometimes prioritize things more. You just have to have that maturity factor. That's the thing I kind of learned from with sports and discipline. Back in the day, playing football and all these sports, it taught me discipline of how to understand which thing comes first, which things comes last, which things have to be done. Because if you don't get this one thing done, example, if you don't get your schoolwork done, you can't play sports because you get bad grades and stuff like that. So for all that aspect, how I've got to actually manage it overall, um, it took a lot of trial and error. Like there was sometimes I would do more music in school. Sometimes I would do more school, and then I just feel like, oh, the music stuff I'm not there and stuff like that. The fitness content area, that aspect, that's always been there. That can just click in because that's more of like you're already doing sports, you're already doing music, you're already doing these things. So you make some videos about that, put it in there, boom, and then you post it, and then you stay on with your academics and stuff like that. But nah, I've always had the problem of putting the music and the content before the education, and that used to be a thing for me. But I've learned throughout that, and I understood you're here for a reason. You're in this college for a reason. So that thing comes first. And if you have your free time, like you say, you got the weekend. But then sometimes in the weekends, I have track meets and cross country meets, so sometimes it doesn't get in. But I I've learned to prioritize. I learned to manage like my time well to make sure that I get everything in all at once. If not, I got still have a whole week left, a whole day left. So yeah.
Yeah, I understand you respect you on that too, because even when I was in high school, it used to be the same way as well, because I had to actually balance out my clubs while also balancing out schoolwork, while also balancing out this podcast. And it was it was
Mm.
actually building up if I think about it. Now looking back at it, when COVID started, I did the podcast. I had free time. Then if you think about it, when school started, when it was virtual, those first 2 years, freshman, sophomore year, it was school and my podcast. Then when I got in person, junior and senior year, and recently I just graduated from senior year this year, class 2024. But
Hey, congratulations.
thank you, man. Thank you, thank you. But it was a lot because I had to do them clubs. So it really built up as those 4 years went by. And I really respect you on that, man, for your hard work and determination. Because for me personally, it was a lot too. Because sometimes I had to, and I was glad and blessed for this. Sometimes my skills that I was good at, my video editing skills, I put that into the clubs. So like in a way, what I was doing at home kind of connected what I was doing at school, which then made it less more
Mm.
about a demanding, but more about what I love. Even though it's a club, I should love doing it, but at least it didn't feel like it was its own separate thing. Like we had this esports tournament recently, a 2K tournament. I thought the idea, me and my teacher, no, my coach really for the esports club, but also my teacher at the time, he was Mr. Howard. We both decided on doing it, and it became a success. It was really awesome. I was one of the shoutcasters. I spoke out there. We had a tournament. Mr.
Jeez.
Howard, he gave somebody. Well, I guess he took out his own money. He gave somebody like $100 giveaway of a win if they win, and it was an awesome competition, man, and everything. And I was grateful and blessed because
Hey.
my skills of digital media and stuff. I even had an IG live of it. It all went towards school, and that was good because then even not the whole school, but a good portion of school got to see the work that me and Mr. Howard put in just by me asking, can we put 2K in the esports club? Because at the time the esports club didn't really have 2K, and even till this day, it probably still doesn't
Mm,
have it. But like, I was just participating in that to say, let's get 2K involved with esports, especially at our school. And it was a district thing too, because we had district superintendents there. Everything they had liked it, and man, I was just
yeah.
blessed and thankful, man. Thank God, thank Jesus, because like, that was a district event. Because like usually every district has a gaming event every year, and so this year was our year. So I said, I'm gonna do something special. Me and Mr. Howard did it, and we had
Mm.
it done, and I was grateful, man. So just back to what you were saying, though, yeah, I understand you, and I believe that when you're managing a lot of stuff, it's important. Not for me as an entrepreneur or a podcast host, but even for you and anyone else who's trying to follow the purpose. You have to know how to manage time. People think it's just something that only entrepreneurs or business owners has to do. No, 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 no. It's what every successful person has to do because you're always going to have somebody either calling you, wanting to get an interview with you, wanting to do an offer with you, wanting to do something. So you got to know how to manage that time. Tell them, okay, I can do X, Y, Z. Okay, I can do L, Y, Z. So you can know. So I understand that, man.
Yep.
You have any more stuff to say on that or anything to add on with that?
No. Well, I did have a question.
Yeah,
It's a funny question though. How you call it esports, but you don't put 2K in it?
that's what I'm saying, right? Because 2K is like one of the biggest things out here. And like, I guess locally in our area,
Yeah.
because like we're on the east side, I guess the East Coast or something. He said like it got to do with this
Yep.
platform we're using called like Generation Esports. They don't support 2K, only play versus, and like with play versus, it has to be like the coach has to come in and stuff and monitor it. Because with Generation Esports, the student can just plug themselves in and get to the match. But like, it's too complicated. I don't get that though because
Oh,
like
okay.
2K is kind of big, even though it's kind of dying. Like it's still kind of big in the esports realm, in my opinion, because like you
Yeah.
still got the 2K League. And speaking of that, I actually interviewed one of the players from the 2K League at the esports tournament.
Jeez.
So we had a
That's
big
dope.
man. It was Charlotte Hornets though. I wish it was Golden State Warriors because look here, big Warriors fan. So hey, I wish it was the Golden State.
Ah.
But hey, it's all right. Charlotte ain't that far from my hometown, South Carolina. So hey, that's just like two
Mm.
hours away. So it's still Carolina. So it don't bother me. But yeah,
I've
like
been there every time I ran.
what you say?
Oh, no, I would say I've been there every time. My last track season every year, our track meet will always be in South Carolina.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's where I'm at, man. The Charleston area,
Where was this one at? This one was at, I forgot the name. It started with a C.
North Charleston.
It has to be, I think.
Well,
Probably,
it
I think it
probably is,
is.
man, because like that's where I'm located at, man. Yeah, I'm right here in North Charleston. It's my hometown. I was born and raised here, So yeah, that's my hometown. But back to what I was just saying, though, with the esports, like that's just how it is. Like it's just all complicated and it makes no sense because I personally believe that Call of Duty, 2K, Mortal Kombat, and Fortnite should be at the esports. And at our school locally that I recently graduated from, those games were not available this past school season. And I guess some of them were made because of blood and gore, which the two I referenced, and the other two just because they're
Yeah.
probably not that famous anymore, not at their peak. But it doesn't matter. Just to get to the point there, they should have had that as well. Yeah. So to end off this whole episode, man, what do you want your legacy to be?
Mm.
I know, I know. Every
Oh,
time I
that's a
get
good
somebody,
question.
they're always like, "Oh my gosh, that's how it always be." I know it's a big question.
Mm. Okay. I want my legacy to end off, and you know how they say, don't put all your eggs in more baskets?
Yeah,
Just get more baskets. Just get more
man, I
baskets. It's
like it,
like,
man.
it's a saying. It's a way of saying, don't always think you have to put everything in one thing or you can't do everything. The way we're made, we can do anything we want as long as you believe in it. Um, if you want to do something, you're afraid to try it. The only thing that's stopping you is yourself. Don't be afraid to do it. Go ahead and do it because you never know what the outcome is when it turns out. So for me, I just want to be, I want to be like motivation, inspiration person. I'm more of just like, if you see me do it, anybody can do it. So yeah.
I respect that, man. I respect that, and that's what you want to be. You want to also be a motivational speaker at one point, or no? That's not your plan on doing that.
Bro, that's what everyone says though. Everyone says you could be a motivational speaker. I said, yeah, I could. I mean, hey, that's what my fitness page is more about. So I can kind of implement that too. I got the mic, so yeah.
Yeah, and you're talking to a motivational speaker right now, and also a two-time author.
I saw
You're
that. I
talking to
saw
a
that.
motivational
I saw it
speaker.
on your Instagram. I saw some of the books.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Respect that. Like, I'm a two-time author, motivational speaker. I talk about self-help, motivation. So, if you need help to try to be a motivational speaker, how to articulate things, you got me right here. So,
Hey, appreciate it, man.
yep.
I know where to look at. I know
Yeah,
where to
you're
look.
welcome, man. Yeah, thank you for coming on this show, man. I really adored it. I really enjoyed your animated personality because you're kind of a comedian to me. Whenever I hear you talking, and
Yeah,
there's some things I really like too that you pointed out because I know you're also a very serious person. So I just really respect your point of view and your perspectives on how you managed to get towards your purpose and still is managing that while also managing your educational career.
of course, of course.
Thank you. You have a blessed day.
You too.